global population consensus of 2008 has stated that throughout the world, 1 out of every 4 adults have been found illiterate. This includes the United States, Great Britain, Ireland, all across both the civilized and the industrial world, that 1 out of every 4 people we meet in the marketplaces and our workplaces are unable to adequately read. We'll find that reading is perhaps one of the most basic and important tools that we have as people to advance our lives. Illiteracy, a plight on your personal lives, we find begins at a very young age. We see throughout the elementary and the middle school years when the failure to be able to read adequately leaves us behind in our schoolwork, causes us to fall behind from the rest of our peers, and makes us unable to learn knowledge that is important for continuing our education. As we continue on in school and high school, the failure to read well can even prevent us from getting into the colleges we need to grow our careers and to become who we want to be professionally. So illiteracy has a number of damaging effects. Even on a greater scale, literacy for nations means that if you don't have a populace that can read well, then you may not find the large companies, the Fortune 500 industries, coming to your populaces and your countries to work, because they need people who can fill their upper level schedules with executives and scientists and researchers and professors, and all those professions require you to have advanced reading capabilities. And so we'll find out why reading is important at even a basic level, because reading is our ability to access knowledge. It allows us to take in symbols and meanings and thoughts and complex ideas and theories, and then to understand them, be it a story or chemistry or even grammar in English itself. Reading is how we take in knowledge, and that's why it's so important. It's important for our studies, for our education, for us to grow as individuals. We even find, secondly, that reading is important for our brain's activity. When we are reading and when we are beginning to use our minds with that practice, reading really makes active our brain activity. It was said by the Smart School program that reading really develops a person's creativity. Unlike movies where everything is predetermined, books and articles allow students to create in their minds how scenes, how ideas, how characters all play out. And therefore, reading really is an exercise of the creative thinking skills that people desperately need in our current world. We see that reading activates our minds and opens them so that we can really use reading as a tool to become more creative individuals. And so as many of us as adults are in the real world, we understand that reading may be good for our educations, it may be good for college, but reading is vital if we want to have growing careers. As Nikki Rebel explains in her book, Reading to Children is Essential, that developing reading skills early on means that you're preparing them for, in quotes, the real world. See, children need to know and they need to have the skills, and we as college students need to have the skills necessary so that we can be excellent people in our professional lives as well as our personal lives, and reading is a necessity for that. Whether you're needing to learn how to put a desk together, how to become a professor, how to become a pastor, it's important that you can read, because there is a wealth of knowledge in libraries as well as in our universities so that we can learn from and help us advance our personal lives. And so I'd like to close with an excellent quote by a famous reader and writer, Aldous Huxley, who said, "Every man and woman who knows how to read has in his power to magnify himself, to multiply the ways in which he exists to make his life full, significant, and interesting." And so with reading, we seek the power to better our personal lives, to advance our careers, and to learn the knowledge that is open to us. And so I ask and persuade you to go out, find something you're interested in, find a book that suits you, and just begin to curl up on the couch and read